nigga, Mamelody, I go. Mamelody, I go. I got to wait for you. I got to wait for your call.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this new video. Hope you're all good and like chilling or whatever. So basically today I'm going to be talking about my experience living in uni accommodation. As you all know, I went to King's College London. I'm so sorry. The fact that I got here, I'm going to be preaching this every time I say it, okay? I got into King's College London and I'm studying medicine, alright? I'm from Essex. I live in Essex, where red buses stop. Your oysters cannot get you through the gates. You have to buy tickets. That's the kind of Essex that I live in. It would have been very difficult for me to commute all the way to London, and not even just London, all the way to South London, where Guy's campus is situated. So I took it upon myself to search for accommodation close to my campus because I'm not going to be commuting. That C2C service is not for me, because when C2C cancels at 6 in the morning for me to get to my 9 a.m, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Taking into account all the expenses for the commuting, not just financial expenses, but the expenses on my mental well-being, I was just like, no. I must live inside London. Inside the London, I must live, you know. When I received my offer, I received an email from King's and they basically told me how to explore the residences. I had lots of opportunities to ask questions. We had loads of forums. I think we had like 3 online chatting forums where we were able to ask questions about the accommodation, contract length, you know, best accommodations to get for, you know, the particular campus you're on, etc., how to meet, you know, people prior to moving in, how to get in contact with the accommodation. All of this information was actually so easy to locate and so easy to, they were just ready at hand. So it was literally the easiest time for me to get that, and I'm so thankful that it was really easy to navigate. Personally, I firmed King's, and because I firmed King's, I was guaranteed accommodation as long as I applied for accommodation before a certain date. Me, I lived in King's residences, so these were the student halls managed by King's themselves, and they were for King's students. You can have, you know, accommodation specifically for your university, intercollegiate halls, and private accommodation. And obviously private accommodation can be for students, or you can literally get a house. And obviously I don't know if you want to get if you're studying in London, I don't know how you're getting a house still in first year, but if you know how you're getting that house, involve me too, okay? Intercollegiate halls, as literally by the name, they are literally for universities of London. I think it's UCL, Imperial, King's, Queen Mary's. It's a big mix of all those unis, and those are student halls for basically, they serve for basically all the unis. I think they're kind of competitive though, because obviously everyone wants to go there. But if you want to, you know, branch out even further, take a look at intercollegiate halls if it's for you. Personally, I was cautious. I don't want to say scared, I was cautious. The university is so up in the air, you don't really know what's going on. So I had to control as much as I could to make myself as comfortable as I could as well. I think you go into King's residences and you can go into explore residences. Yeah. So you can go into explore residences and you can look at the different residences on offer. So there's Junior Markham House, Angel Lane, Stamford Street Apartments, Great Dover Street, Wolfson House, Orchard and Lisle, and Champion Hill, Vauxhall and Atlas and Moonraker Point. Basically you can have a look at all of them, and they have all the stats there for you as well. I also got emailed a pack containing the stats, because it's quite difficult for me to actually pinpoint just the location of those places and, you know, just how far away they were from the different campuses. So once I actually got emailed the pack, I'd actually found the document before that, so I used my sleuthing skills. Kim Possible will be proud of me. I found the distances, you know, how I'm supposed to get there, how to commute from their home, how close it is to like the tube, to the bus, etc, etc, the types of the rooms they had on offer. So all of these things you need to take into consideration. I know that there are accommodations that have shared bathrooms. That was not for me. An ensuite is what I needed, and I needed it for me, myself, and I. 3 of us in one, okay? Okay. So if you're into the shared bathroom thing, if you're trying to reenact that scene from Pitch Perfect, the first one, go for it. Go for it. The size of the rooms as well. There are large en-suites. You can even have studios, studio flats. There's a lot you can choose from, right? So I would say for me, I made a table. So I made like a huge table because I can't make spreadsheets. If you can make a spreadsheet, make a spreadsheet. I wrote all the accommodations and all the resources they had. So the types of rooms they had, the distances, the gym, you know, the contract lengths, which is really important. You need to know how long your course is, so you know how long your contract should be, so you're not paying unnecessary rent. That is what I used to decipher the accommodation that I wanted to be in. Now we're talking about living in accommodation. Living in accommodation is, you know, the university part of NCS. That's how it is. The university part, if you took part in NCS, the university part of NCS, when they took you to like, for me, I went to the University of Essex, I believe, and I was in halls close to Southend. So it was basically the same. You had your room, you had your flat, and you're able to go out and just talk to your like flatmates and, you know, cook if you needed to cook, go back to your room if you needed to. That's just how it is. So if you're taking part in NCS, I don't even know if they're gonna have NCS this year, but if you're taking part in NCS, just pay a lot of attention to the experience that you're having, because that's really going to be what it's like. Big topic, flatmates. Guys, pray that you get good flatmates, because unfortunately I was handed the short straw. Okay, on the bright side, my flat was all girls. However, I think I would have better preferred a flat with all boys if they talk to me. Guys, my flatmates didn't talk to me. I watched all these moving in videos and they all said, you know, you should get a door stopper so you can have your door open, so when anyone walks past you could just spark up a conversation and just start talking to them. I was looking for who was in my flat, right? And I heard the door open. And me, I was like, yeah, let me go talk to someone, let me make a new friend. Hell no. Hell no. She wasn't having it. I was like, hi, I'm Panemi, I just moved in. Do you know anyone else who's moved in? I'm only just noticing you. And she was like, no. And she walked into her room. And that was it. I actually had my friends and we hung out in my flat like all the time. So guys, flatmates are not everything. I know for some people, literally their friends are their flatmates. Like I know a guy, his flatmates were his friends. It's not the be all and end all. If you don't get along with your flatmates, that's gonna be fine. As long as you're all cordial with living together, sharing a clean, hygienic living space, you'll be fine. If you're coming to school in London, right? If you're coming to school in London, have money saved from now for your travel and buy your 18 plus oyster now. Now. You think I'm joking? I'm waiting for you. You can go on Safari or Google now. Order it so that it arrives in your yards before you get to that university place. Because TFL played with me. They played me, okay? They took money from my pocket. I had to pay twice for my 18 plus. Twice. I had to pay it twice. I didn't get a refund. No. I was actually having to go to uni, and especially during that freshers week, it's literally, you're going everywhere. Like, not even that you're going out, but you're going to uni, you're coming back, you're going to the freshers events at uni, you're going to like, you're going to basically like lectures, you're traveling to eat, you're buying food with your friends, you're exploring, especially when you're in London. Like, it's such a dynamic city, you're like on the move all the time. TFL robbed me. You don't even want to know how much I spent on travel in that first week alone. Living within the accommodation, you'll get used to it. I grew to love my own space. Love yourself independently. Love yourself, guys. Like to hang out with yourself. Don't be a busybody and find yourself in these streets all the time, okay? It was nice, like I had so many sleepovers, guys. The amount of the sleepovers that my mom wouldn't let me have when I was younger, I was able to have them. And so we were able to have like games nights and just chill, watch movies, we'll cook together. You know, it was just fun. It's nice to have your own space. It's like a taste of like adult life. It's like a taste of adult life. You're like, oh, is this what it's like to have my own apartment? Is this what it's like? So yeah, it's quite fun. I would recommend living in accommodation, especially Kings. Like they have so many like resources on hand to just help you out if you're feeling down, if you're feeling lost, if you don't know what to do, if you're upset, if you just want to have a chat, if you're in an emergency. They have so many points of contact for all that, and honestly I can't guarantee that with private accommodation. Obviously I haven't tried it myself, which is why I can say as regards to King's residences, immaculate. In terms of quality, I'm not sponsored for this video, so I'll say the truth, okay? Printer did not work. Okay, and a lot of the time what it is they'll tell you, oh, the printer's not working, you need to contact them yourself to come here. You need to, you know, list a complaint and then they'll come here and then we can take it from there. The lift, oh, I think this is actually a story that everyone can just relate to. That lift in that accommodation broke every day. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Hyperbole. The lift broke and it didn't work for the rest of the week, and then the lift broke more times after that. Not too bad. I think if things are like malfunctioning in your room, it's really easy to just let them know and they'll fix it. Like I remember there was an issue with my toilet, like my sink. They fixed it. I went home for like a weekend. By the time I came back, it was fixed. Living in accommodation gives you freedom. I would advise you to do it where you can. Obviously, if you can't afford it, then don't say that Palumi made you broke. But you know, if you can afford it, then I would say move out. You need to learn how to be independent. You know, you need to learn how to go shopping for yourself. You need to know how to do your laundry yourself. You know, oh, laundry, big one. Laundry is expensive, okay? You need an entire budget alone to do laundry at accommodation. If there's anything that I'll actually just like take and just like preach, I shouldn't be paying £7 to just do a load of laundry. Why? What was the reason? So I should be smelling. We move. As much as there's like these like negative connotations, living in accommodation is by far the best thing that I would say I chose for myself. I would highly recommend it. That was my experience living in King's accommodation. If you guys have any more questions about it, or if you're going to King's College London and you'd like to like speak to me about the different accommodations that I chose and where I chose to stay at, and you know how I chose it, if you want more detail, you can always contact me. Otherwise, this is the end of the video. I made friends because I lived in accommodation. That's the main takeaway from this video. If you want friends, live in accommodation. All right, bye.